Imagine if every dream you've had wasn't just made up by your mind, but instead, a quiet echo from memories that aren't from this life. What if those strong emotions, natural talents, or fears with no reason aren't random, but pieces of lives you've already lived? Think about the idea that this might not be your first time on Earth. Maybe everything you've gone through is just a small part of a long path your soul has walked for many lifetimes. In this video, I'll take you through a deep and powerful journey. We're going to uncover the 9 clearest signs that show you may have lived before. Some of these signs might sound familiar. Others may surprise you. But the 9th one is the most powerful. It not only points to your past lives but also reveals the hidden reason behind all of them. Make sure to stay until the end, because what you'll learn might completely change how you look at life, death, and the universe itself. From the ancient texts of the Upanishads to what Pythagoras taught, the idea of being born more than once has always been important in many spiritual paths. Old teachings from Egypt, Greek mysticism, Tibetan Buddhism, and the Orphic traditions all share one big truth: the soul never really dies, it only takes on new forms and new bodies. But how can you tell if your soul is one of those that keeps coming back? How can you notice the signs that this life isn't your first? The first sign is having a kind of deep understanding even as a child. Did you ever feel different growing up, like you just knew things without anyone telling you? Like you could feel pain, love, or truth even without having lived through certain things? Some kids act wiser than their age, show deep thoughts, and feel strong emotions. In Tibetan Buddhism, these children are often seen as tulkus, reincarnations of wise teachers from the past. The Dalai Lama, for example, was chosen because of things he did and remembered that no normal child would know. The second sign is feeling homesick for places you've never been. Some people visit a new place and feel like they already know it. A street, a smell, or a building can suddenly make your heart shake. It feels like you've been there before, just not in this life. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, spoke about something called the collective unconscious, the idea that memories and feelings can be carried through lifetimes. It's common for people to feel deeply drawn to a country, a time in history, or a language they've never learned. The third sign is having a strong fear or phobia with no clear reason. Some people are scared of fire, deep water, or heights, yet they've never had a bad experience with those things. What if those fears aren't really from this life, but leftover feelings from another one? Brian Weiss, a well-known psychiatrist, shared many stories of people who, while under hypnosis, remembered dying in ways like drowning or burning. After they recalled those moments, the fears faded away, as if the soul had finally let go of the weight. The fourth sign is being really good at something without having learned it. Some people are born able to play music, paint, solve math problems, or speak different languages. These talents might not be new. They could be memories from a past life that are now waking up again in a new body. Friedrich Nietzsche once said that a person's greatness comes not from their birth, but from the memories their soul has held on to. That means that many geniuses or gifted people might actually be old souls returning to continue what they started before. The fifth sign is feeling like you have a special reason for being alive, even if you can't explain it yet. Some people carry a strong sense that they're meant to do something important, something they haven't figured out yet. That feeling stays, no matter how much time goes by. This can show up as always wondering, why am I here? Why do I feel like there's something I need to remember? This deep inner searching is one of the biggest signs of a soul that's lived many times. A soul like that has seen so much, it can't be satisfied with a shallow life. It needs something deeper. It needs purpose. So far, we've looked at 5 signs that suggest you've lived before. Maybe some of them sound familiar to you. But this is just the beginning. The next signs will go even deeper into how your soul might be carrying memories from other lifetimes. Especially the 9th one, it won't just hint at how many times you've come back, it will show you the real reason why you always return. Have you ever felt like you don't really belong in this world? Like you come from a different time or place? Have you had dreams that felt so real, they seemed like memories? I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Your experience might help guide others on their path. Get ready, what's coming next is the most important. The sixth sign is when you feel a strong connection or dislike towards someone you just met. Have you ever met someone for the first time, but felt like you've known them forever? Or felt uneasy around someone who's never done anything wrong to you? These strong feelings don't always come from this life. They could come from past lives and old relationships. In Buddhism, it's believed that souls often meet again in different lives, to heal, learn, or complete something left undone. In Hindu teachings, souls move together in groups, changing roles and bodies to grow through both love and struggle. Every meeting matters. Every connection can reflect old lessons we still need to learn. The seventh sign is going through the same problems or patterns again and again, no matter how much you try to change your life. Some people move to new places, start new relationships, or take on new jobs, but still end up facing the same issues. They deal with the same pain, make the same mistakes, and feel stuck in a loop they can't explain. In Buddhism, this loop is called samsara, the never-ending cycle of being born, living, dying, and coming back. Each life gives us a chance to change those patterns. But if we don't notice them, they keep repeating like echoes. Have you found yourself in the same type of relationship again and again? Do the same struggles keep showing up? Maybe it's not bad luck. Maybe your soul has been trying to break this cycle for lifetimes. The eighth sign is having clear dreams, visions, or sudden memories that don't seem to fit into your life story. Some people dream of times and places they've never known, but that feel real, like they've lived through wars, love stories, or spoken languages they've never learned. Sometimes, they wake up feeling like they've just come back from another world. Other times, a strong image or memory appears out of nowhere, like a flash from another time. Carl Jung, a well-known psychologist, shared how dreams can bring up symbols and images that have no link to our current life. He believed these came from something deeper, a shared memory of the human soul. Your dream world might be the clearest door into your other lives. And now we come to the ninth sign, the strongest one of all. This one doesn't just show that you've lived before. It shows the reason you keep coming back. The ninth sign is a strong, burning feeling that you're meant to wake up spiritually. As if your soul remembers there's something more to life. People who've had many lifetimes often feel like they're always searching for something. They can't find peace in surface-level things. They don't accept easy answers. There's a deep feeling inside them that pushes them to look for truth. It's like their soul knows they came here for more than just living day to day. They came to remember who they really are. Mystics in all traditions have felt this calling. Saint Teresa of Avila called it a holy longing. Sufi poets described it as the soul hearing the voice of the beloved. The Hermetic teachings say it's the soul remembering that it once was united with the divine, and that every life brings us one step closer to that reunion. When you feel this calling, it's hard to ignore. Even if life is going well on the outside, something in you keeps asking deeper questions. You feel pulled toward a higher purpose. This could be the biggest sign of all your past lives. Because the soul doesn't just collect memories. It collects wisdom. And one day, that wisdom starts to wake up all on its own. Now that we've explored these 9 signs, I invite you to look inside yourself with honesty. How many of these do you feel? How often have you heard a quiet truth in the middle of all the noise? You're not alone. Many old souls are walking this earth, slowly remembering who they truly are. If you are one of them, this message is meant for you. And if something inside you felt a shift as you listened, it's probably because, deep down, you already knew. Would you like to learn how to connect more deeply with your past lives? Are you curious about how to access those hidden memories and understand the purpose your soul has in this lifetime? If so, stay with me, because next, we won't just talk about signs, but about real ways to begin. Ways that can help you remember, heal, and awaken. Write a comment below and tell us how many of these signs you see in yourself. Your story might be what someone else needs to hear to open their eyes for the first time. We've now gone through 9 signs that might show your soul has lived many lives. But this is just the start. Real change happens when you choose to explore those hidden memories and start to rebuild the map of your past lives, not just to satisfy curiosity, but to understand why you're here now and what path your soul needs to walk. Imagine inside you is a sacred box, locked with many keys. Each key is a piece of your awareness, and each piece unlocks through quiet reflection, meditation, and memory. This box holds the memories of your other lives, the lessons you didn't finish, the promises you made, the loves you swore to find again. This isn't made up. Many spiritual traditions say the soul's memory never disappears, it just goes quiet so we can focus on now. But how do we start to remember? How do we open those subtle records? One strong way is through deep meditation. Not just any meditation, but one that takes you past everyday thoughts, where your ego fades and you enter a place of timeless awareness. Many people say that after long moments of silence inside, they begin to see images, hear names, or feel feelings they can't explain. When these visions come naturally and with strong emotions, they are often true memories, not from this life, but others. Another way is past life regression, a method made famous by Dr. Brian Weiss. During sessions with light hypnosis, people remember whole scenes from other times, speak languages they never learned, and describe places with amazing detail. The most powerful part is that after reliving these memories, many heal old wounds that have bothered them for as long as they can recall. It's like knowing where the pain started sets the soul free. Like remembering who they were helps them understand who they are now. Accessing past lives isn't just for a few special people, it's a hidden ability inside all of us. But, like any spiritual skill, it takes focus, respect, and preparation. It's not casual curiosity, it's a deep responsibility. Because remembering also means taking charge of your karma. Karma isn't punishment or reward. It's simply cause and effect. Everything you do, think, or feel leaves a mark. And those marks, if left unresolved, follow you from one life to the next, not to punish, but to help you grow. The goal of remembering past lives isn't to relive pain, but to heal it, to close those circles and free yourself from the invisible burdens you carry. Maybe you've wondered, why don't we remember our past lives from the moment we're born? Most spiritual teachings agree, the veil of forgetfulness is needed. If we remembered everything, it would be almost impossible to focus on the work of this life. Imagine holding all the traumas, loves, mistakes, and joys from 10 lifetimes in your mind. The soul would be overwhelmed. The soul needs time, quiet, and spiritual readiness to start remembering clearly. That's why awakening often happens after big moments. Crises, losses, or deep inner changes. Pain, though hard, is a powerful trigger for spiritual memory. It makes us look inside. And when we do, we often find the invisible thread that links our lives through time. Suddenly, everything makes sense. Everything fits together. Ancient cultures understood this. In Egypt, the initiates of the mysteries of Isis trained to remember their past lives. In India, the rishis spent years meditating until they reached samadhi, a state where they could see their past incarnations clearly. In Tibet, even now, monks search for the reincarnations of their teachers through dreams, sudden memories, and objects recognized by children who say they are the reborn masters. All of this points to one deep truth: death isn't the end. It's just a doorway, a transition, a change of clothes. And you feel this too, sometimes that certainty rises inside you, even when the world says it's impossible, even when your mind tries to deny it. The soul remembers. So what do you do with this truth? The most important thing is to understand that this life you're living isn't by accident. You chose to be here. You chose your family, your body, your challenges. Everything was picked by your soul with a purpose: to grow, to wake up, to love, and to heal what you couldn't before. To finish what you started. This is your story. You just haven't read the earlier chapters yet. When you start connecting with this vision, life's chaos begins to settle. Your struggles take on new meaning. Your wounds transform into signposts guiding your path. You begin to recognize everything as part of a vast, intricate design. From this realization, a profound peace arises, the peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where your soul intended you to be. But there's more to discover. In the next stage of this journey, we will learn how to harness the wisdom of your past lives to shape your present reality. How to turn memories into strength, pain into healing, and karma into your dharma, your sacred life purpose. Because you didn't come here just to remember, you came to awaken. Now, I ask you, have you ever experienced a vision or memory that defied explanation? Felt a feeling or possessed a skill that seems to come from nowhere in this life? Share your experience below. Your story might resonate deeply with other ancient souls who are awakening alongside you. The fact that you've reached this point is no accident. If these signs, memories, or emotions have stirred something inside you, it's because your soul is ready. Ready not just to recall the past, but to integrate all that you've been and begin living from a higher state of consciousness. Because knowing you've lived many lives is only the beginning. True awakening comes when you understand why. Throughout this journey, we've explored signs, hidden memories, regressions, and ancestral wisdom. Now it's time to take one more step. To understand how this knowledge can transform your present and consciously shape your future. The first step is to embrace spiritual responsibility. Realizing you've lived many lives also means accepting that you are the author of your own destiny. Nothing is set in stone. While tendencies and lessons remain, your free will is the brush that paints each day. Your choices today have the power to heal past karma, close unfinished chapters, and open bright new paths for your soul. The second key is to live with intention, spiritual intention. This means seeing every experience as purposeful, every encounter as meaningful, and every challenge as a lesson your soul needs. You are not here merely to survive. You are here to awaken your inner mastery. When you grasp this fully, you stop living on autopilot. You start to observe, listen deeply, and truly feel. Life stops being a string of empty days and becomes sacred ground for growth. The third key is to meditate with purpose. Not just to calm the mind but to open gateways to remembrance. Practices like third eye meditation, conscious breathing, and guided visualization can help you reconnect with memories from other lives. In these moments, don't chase excitement or drama. Seek truth. Seek what your soul is ready to uncover and heal. Memories may not always come as clear images. Sometimes they appear as feelings, symbols, or sensations. But with patience and humility, the veil begins to lift. The fourth key is to see your relationships as karmic mirrors. The people who cross your path, especially those who provoke strong emotions, are not here by chance. Some are teachers in disguise, others are soul companions who promise to find you again and again. Reflect on your relationships with care. Ask yourself, what lesson is this person here to teach me? What patterns am I repeating? This awareness can transform even the most painful relationships into opportunities for liberation. And now, I share with you a profound truth many ancient souls sense deep within: reincarnation is not endless. There comes a point in the soul's journey when the cycle of birth and death is no longer necessary. This moment arrives when the soul has learned, healed, and remembered so fully that no further lessons remain. This is what many traditions call illumination, moksha, or the return to the source, the reunion with the divine. Many feel this moment is far away, but in truth, every life is a step closer. And you, simply by being here, seeking truth, and looking inward, are already walking that path to liberation. Perhaps there are more lives ahead. Or perhaps this is your last. You will know when attachment fades completely, when every action flows from love, and when your life is perfectly aligned with the light. Throughout history, many souls have awakened amid turmoil. Siddhartha Gautama left his royal life to face suffering before awakening as the Buddha. Helena Blavatsky journeyed across continents searching for hidden wisdom before founding Theosophy. Carl Jung broke scientific boundaries to open the doors to the soul. They all shared a profound certainty, without needing proof, that the soul is eternal. And now, so do you. Because this knowledge isn't taught, it is remembered. The only question left is, what will you do with it? I invite you to embark on a path of conscious awakening. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight, just begin by shifting the place from which you live. Start by asking profound questions, by embracing the stillness within, and by honoring the quiet voice of your intuition. Keep a journal of your dreams, regard your emotions as sacred messengers from the soul, and above all, approach your life with reverence. Every part of your journey is sacred, your body, your relationships, your unique story. Each detail was lovingly chosen by your soul. You may never fully know how many lives you have lived, but you can feel their echoes reverberating in every cell, every thought, every beat of your heart. And if you ever wonder how many lives remain on your journey, remember, the answer lives within you. The more you awaken, love, and serve, the closer you move toward breaking free from the cycle, and returning home. Thank you for traveling this far. Thank you for seeking the truth. Thank you for remembering who you are. Now, share this message with fellow seekers who are also awakening. The world needs conscious souls, and through your example, you can become a beacon of light in the darkness.